Hey everybody, S169 coming to you with a helping ad though. It's not really what I call for, mostly just um, helping you guys with what the best internet is going to be for you guys here for gaming. I'm going to bring up some companies here. Let me get this damn thing to work here, mouse to work. Okay, first off going to be now, guys, I'm bringing this up because I want you guys the best internet possible. Make a quick video here, really. Internet, just for AT&T right now. For your area, 300 megabyte download be about $55. Um, Really, guys, how much internet do you need though? Um, how much? Okay, guys, I'm changing up here. What's up, boxing? I'm changing up the question here. Internet for gaming. How much do you need? And the description of internet. They say mostly 5-10 megabytes download will get you decent internet. Me, I have Spectrum. I have 300 down, about 11 and a half, 12 up. And when I had 60 down and 4 up, it's still good. But the internet speeds are good because really what's going on now, a lot of people getting online. And internet speeds were better than they were back then. I remember back in when I was in FastX DSL, Bell South, I had 6 megabytes download and like 1 up. Well, I started at 3.5 up. Then we went from 6 to 1 up. Ooh. I'll play Halo 3 on that and Call of Duty Modern Warfare on that internet speed. It worked quite well actually though, for a while on 360 and PS3. That being said, though, do you need a gig of internet to play games online? No. I think 200 to 300. It depends on your household. Yeah, 25 megabytes is considered normal. Consider this: if you have, let's say, a small family, 4 people, your mother, father, let's say she's your mother, you're the father, 2 kids, whatever, teenagers, young preteens, whatever. And they're going to be using the internet, obviously. Now, you don't want them going out in the cold, cruel world, or in this case, hot as hell world. It's summertime. Um, you don't want them going out there by themselves at night. So you plug them in front of a TV or game system at nighttime, and you have internet, obviously. Now, 300 megabytes. See, when I was with Spectrum before, we had CD before them, and CDE, Clarksville Department of Electricity, called Lightband. It's fiber optics. It was good for 8 years. And then somewhere down the line, they went totally out of this world when it came to fixing problems and issues we had constantly with them. It wasn't anything new with them. Okay? It wasn't anything new with them. These people had issues since day one. Since day one. And call them up, and they give us lame excuses. Parts on order. No one works weekends. This is way back then. And they're better now. But, man, it was terrible. CD internet, I still have shudder when I see their vans. But We had Spectrum. Now, it all hadn't been rosy or roses. It had not been roses or happiness. But I had an issue with TV one time, and they had 7 trucks in here trying to fix it. Come to find out, it was a node down the street that was going bad. So, they fixed it within a few hours. But internet speed is both based on your household. If it's you can get away with 25, 30 megabytes download. You can get a cheap, good internet service, probably T-Mobile, maybe Spectrum or AT&T if you can find the lowest, common denominator to get lowest internet speed. If it's only on you. If you got a family of 4, and then Christmas time, Thanksgiving, you have a family of 12 or 15, you want to have probably close to 200, 300 megabytes. Like I said, we started with 60 with Spectrum, or Charter it's called. Then 60 went to 100, 100, 200. Then we had a promotion where I had 400, which only cost 200 because I had TV back then. So I was paying, the 200 price, but getting 400 download. And that was considered good. Then when we left TV, I went to Fubo TV. I had to drop that and go back down to 200. Not a bad deal at all. Still ran real well. And then I went to Fubo TV. Then I went to YouTube TV. I'm currently in right now. That being said, though, the difference between YouTube TV and Fubo TV really is YouTube TV has a lot more than Fubo does. They have TNT and stuff like that, but it's not really about the cable service. But it's about internet service, and you have to know this. Because Netflix requires about 2.5, 3 megabyte download to run 4K movies. How it was back then, I don't know how it is now. But even when you buy a 4K movie on Xbox, it checks your internet speed to see if you can actually purchase it or not. If you can't purchase it, it won't let you purchase it. Pretty cool on Microsoft's part, but actually not having somebody waste money on things they can't view. So bravo for Microsoft for doing that. But in this day and age of gaming, technological gaming, you would think that internet providers would be more and more willing to up speed. Comcast and AT&T came out with the data caps. You might ask yourself, what's a data cap? Yeah, exactly. It's capping you a certain limit of speed. Means a certain month. You can go over 300 or 400 gigabytes per month. It used to be 350 at one time with Comcast. People were squealing. So they gave it now a 2 terabyte limit. So essentially, you have to level off people's internet consumption. Say, well, Julie, you went over 200 last month. Man, you can't use it anymore. How's that fair for Julie? Maybe she was doing homework or whatever, Or, hey, Sam, you can't play Halo or Call of Duty anymore for a while because, man, you approach that threshold. Who wants to be denied a fun weekend because of a damn data cap hanging over their heads? No one I know. That's why Spectrum and CDE don't have data caps. That's why AT&T doesn't have them now. Comcast, now they wouldn't have them. They aren't just dicks, but that's what they are, dicks. So they don't give a shit. But that's what they are. I'm sorry, you don't like me saying that. It's from dick. What they are. The Comcast is a bunch of dicks walking around. It's kind of a weird ass thing to say, but your imagination runs wild. If your imagination is like mine, it's like Hulkamania. It runs wild. But being truthful though, like what boxing was saying, 1080p is different than 4K. 4K requires more bandwidth. Google Stadia was a prime example of this, of something using the internet. Not very well, but whatever. Using the internet. I said not very well, but using the internet nonetheless. It kind of figured out where you ranked in the scheme of things. And if you couldn't run a game at 4K on Stadia, you couldn't play the game anyway at 1080p, but whatever, that's beside the point. If you couldn't run it on Stadia, you had a real miserable time. Of course, if you ran it at 1080p, you probably have a miserable time because damn game didn't hardly work. But that's just, again, Stadia is dead. We use Stadia as a prime example. They use your internet connection. If you had Comcast, give me more money, damn it, every month that you go over your stupid damn data cap, you can't use Stadia. Probably why Stadia failed. The Comcast is still number one in the country internet provider. So it could have been why Stadia failed, because a lot of people had Comcast and they couldn't use something that required constant connection to the internet when they have this damn data cap, damn dick hanging over their head, saying, and that's why Stadia went poof and floated away like a fart in the wind. Prime example of what happens when infrastructure does not catch up to technology. Prime example. Google Stadia should have been around for a long time. It should have been like Brock Lesnar, the next big thing. Should have been came in there, not really F5 and everything, but came in there, smashing stuff, breaking stuff, taking Xbox, PlayStation, twisting their heads off and throwing it against the wall. Not really. They couldn't. They were the clowns that stumbled on the car, and they got shot by their own stupid clown cannon, and got blown back off into security. Security. And that was poof, Stadia. That being said, though, is there anything wrong with Stadia? No. Not in the slightest. Not the slightest wrong, honestly, at all. But Stadia could have been more than it was. It could have been a lot more. It could have been, like I said, the next big thing. Amazon Luna is taking its time, obviously, for different reasons. Internet speed is based upon your need and where you're at. Now, you have SpaceX out there now, and their internet speed, and I looked them up. It's like $99 down, $100-something a month. It's like almost $5,000 for 5 terabyte mobile one. A friend of mine's army buddy has a SpaceX satellite and it's mobile. Obviously, he's spending some money on it, but it's his business, whatever. I don't care. SpaceX has low orbit satellites that does online gaming quite well. 50 to 150 megabytes download. It works because the satellites are in low orbit. Not going to fall on your head or anything, but if they did, it would be pretty bad because it's almost the size of a damn freaking, it's a pretty good block-sized tower. But they're just high enough in space where they're out of the atmosphere, but in low orbit where they're circling around. It's like 4,200 of them. That is the next big thing. HughesNet is pretty much dying off. HughesNet satellite was good, but it was not good for online gaming because the satellite was too far in space. HughesNet doesn't have the same frequency as the SpaceX satellites do. And I've seen them around, out in the county of Montgomery County and other places like in Kentucky. You see a small little round white little dish thing that probably weighs about 100 pounds, I've heard. People have it mounted on the ground, mounted on a fence, mounted on a house, whatever. Mounted on something. And it just points up in the air and gives satellite internet. And some people will pay $100, $200 a month, and they don't care. Because, they're probably farmers or whatever, and they have money. That doesn't bother me. But what bugs me is, though, I've been thinking about this. With the internet speeds in gaming and the internet coming out, I know T-Mobile, especially Spectrum, was trying to use nodes on telephone poles to send signals out, just like like a cell phone tower to everybody's houses. You buy the little box, T-Mobile little T-Mobile 5G box. You put it in your house, plug it in, it has 5G. That's something that Spectrum is trying to do. I've been thinking about it. Those T-Mobile boxes are not 100% reliable. Not all the time. No. $50 a month, for 5G is not a bad speed. It's about 80 to 100 megabytes download. I have a 5G phone, T-Mobile. But I still question it. I question it because people are buying these satellite things and 5G T-Mobile thing, hoping to get internet to play games on. If you get 2-3 bars on that T-Mobile, I don't know. I mean, I don't get it, but whatever. I think it's fine. It is, like I said, your money. You do what you want with it. But me personally, yeah, that was only available in Japan too, as well. What made the Sega channel pretty good, though, good point there, boxing, was Sega channel had a time zone. It had time, and every day at a certain time, a certain thing will play, a movie or a game or whatever, and you'll go almost like a Neva or like a little uh, person, and you'll run around to different things in Japan. The clock will sound and something will happen, maybe a news broadcast or whatever over the internet, and you'll hear it. It's only available in Japan. Mm. Well, I know some cable. I know back in the old uh, charter days, when I had charter when I was a kid, they had a gaming games through that a couple times. Even DirecTV had a couple of solitaire games, built into the satellites to play solitaire when it was down or whatever. It was weird, but that's, hey, whatever. Everybody tried gaming. They tried gaming and through the cable TV back in the '80s too, as well. But yeah, I do remember Sega Channel, and that's kind of the same thing, but that was just cable. That wasn't internet. This is more about internet. And with the internet today, infrastructure today, we have so many options. Now, what to choose? What one is right for you? Well, really, me personally, I have CDE, Spectrum, Charter, AT&T, I think and the 5G, T-Mobile. I have four entities I can choose from. Entities I can choose from. You might have one or two or three or one. You might have only one option. You might have AT&T. That's all you have, or Spectrum, or Comcast, or whatever you have. Now you might only have that, and if that's the case, that's all you have. But if you live where I live at, or live anywhere who has options, what are your options? What the cost effectiveness to what each service has, and come out with a better ballpark figure. To say, I only want to spend, say, $80 a month on internet. Okay, find something that's below $80 a month. AT&T has a deal for $55, $5 off if you do auto pay for 300 download, 300 up, but not in all areas. So you may get more DSL than you get fiber for that one. Comcast, like I said, they're dicks, so they spend whatever you pretty much are, at mercy at the overlords of Comcast, they don't give a damn. CD, kind of deer, CD and Clarksville here, kind of deer caught in headlights look sometimes, but still reliable, I guess. Spectrum, probably the best thing I have so far. AT&T, because like I said, AT&T haven't used them before. AT&T, internet-wise, I heard a lot of good about them. T-Mobile, which is brand new, little box that sits in the middle of your house and gives everybody Wi-Fi internet. Yay, including the scammers. Yay. But I guarantee you, you have to have a router plug into that so you won't get scammed by scammers trying to hack in on your guys' line. But really, though, it's up to you guys. Really, the internet speed for gaming is, you don't need that much. You don't need 300 fisting out the rear end, up the rear end internet speed. You don't need it. All you need is enough internet, about 10 to 20 megabytes of download internet to really play a good game. Now, PC gaming, console gaming are different, but now with console gaming, PC gaming now is not based upon your resolution, it's based upon your graphics card or your system requirements. If you get an Xbox X series and PS5, you can play most games at ultra high settings. Gaming rig, you can play whatever you want. And you can do all that. So the internet only takes a signal from the game you're playing, say Battlefield 2042, if you have Call of Duty, for example, or Halo, any of those three, and sends it to back and boards. If you're playing a game like Tomb Raider or Cyberpunk, it just wants to make sure that you have the license code to play it, i.e., Xbox, PlayStation, or even PC will validate that they did that you own that license or own that game license to play it. If you do, you're fine. But I keep my internet hooked up. I have a Wi-Fi adapter in case if my landline goes down, I have to have Wi-Fi hook into it, so I don't have to worry about my Ethernet port and me rotting away no Ethernet port. So I have options. But also, if you're playing on Wi-Fi, put a hardwire in, you're going to lose some signal degradation. But really, I think that's kind of a myth now because right now these signals are getting stronger and stronger. Now, you have 60, yeah, understandable. 60 to 100, probably. 300-400 megabyte download, man, you ain't going to notice a whole lot. Because your game's only going to require 5 to 25 to 20 megabytes of download speed anyway. If you're online, your sister's online, your parents online, grandparents come from out of state online, yeah, eventually you're going to notice lag. And that's just the way it is. That's why I always tell people, buy internet speed that you're hoping that people are going to be on it eventually. Not just you. Say your friends, your Uncle Tom, your Johnny come lately, your grandma, your in-laws come rolling in here for Christmas, Thanksgiving. Everyone check their emails, surf online, do selfies, crap like that. Things take internet speed. Play games at one time, God help if they do. But then you have it. So the speed I recommend be no less than probably 200, maximum about 300 to 500. I recommend that speed because it's a good, solid speed for yourself. But also, if you're by yourself, you can probably cut that in half, 100. Or even 60 or 80 if you really want to be bold. Even if you live on your own. If you got family members and hooked up like Google, Hey Google, or other crap hooked up like that, or crap hooked up, like other computers like I do, in different rooms, I run different tests and stuff, I do things all the time. So you have different thing going on, you have a lot of things going into that internet feed. Eventually you're going to run out. I have videos playing on different computers. I have Pluto TV playing on one computer in the computer room, nonstop. I'm just testing out the internet speeds. I try different settings, try 720p, 1080p. I'm weird like that, but I do it because just test it out. The bandwidth. I'm testing out the bandwidth to see, how much it can take. And it's been on there for almost 4 months and going good. I'm not going there occasionally and watch it or whatever, but I'll turn it off eventually. Then I'll let this computer rest and back up again. That's what I do. It's weird, but it's what I do. I just turn on everything at one time and let it run and see what happens. And usually I use up maybe 80 megabytes to 300 if I'm lucky. Since I come over, it'll probably push over 100. But 200 megabytes left over is still pretty damn good for anything else I'm doing gaming-wise. And I downloaded a couple games to my Steam. It downloaded at 383 gigabytes per second. So, damn, it's going pretty well. That being said, I recommend any company you guys have, really just make sure you do diligence. If you have multiple companies, go with the best one with best track record. Read reviews, ask around. It sounds silly, but you'll thank me for it in the end, because asking around is the best thing you do. For yourself and also for yourself, but also for your internet needs. Because you don't want to be buying anything you can't use or something not going to use fully. You don't want to buy a 20 gigabyte or 20 megabyte download internet if you're using 50 megabytes for everything in your house. For example, when you have to hide it in your house, you won't have enough internet. You don't want a gig if you're living by yourself, unless you're some enthusiast who has to have a gig. So you got to stroke your own ego and download that game in 30 seconds or 30 milliseconds or whatever, and hop on Halo first to be on Halo before anybody else even and the computers wake up practically. Then by all means, but really a gig is a lot of money. I'm like, okay, I don't think a gig is normal. But if you're doing like a lot of business stuff, yeah, I can see, yeah. If you're doing a lot of downloading 3D stuff, yeah. Gaming, 200 to 500 is fine. By yourself, 100 to 150 would be good. Hell, even 80 would be a minimum I would go. By yourself, maximum go is 500. But you have to add your family into that too as well. So I said AT&T, Comcast, Spectrum, Charter, CDE, no, only available in Clarksville. T-Mobile, probably available anywhere. Verizon, if you have Verizon, they have their own thing. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of internet out there. A lot of choices too. Be careful. Ask around. Go on Google on your phone and read reviews. If you're at work and you have like you have like a place like I do, I have a training room I can go into and have computers everywhere, and I can go in there and sit down on my lunch break or whatever and look at this stuff. Because I'm always searching for internet deals with different companies. Spectrum or whomever else. I don't care. I look around. I've been on Spectrum since 2016. So I'm gonna do like a 6-7 year review here in a little while. Probably next 2 weeks, do a 6-7 year review of Spectrum, everything, the TV, the internet, what I've been doing with it, so you guys know more about it and have an idea. A lot of people like those reviews. In the past, I had almost 10,000 reviews on my old channel I had many years ago, about the Spectrum review I did about 5 years ago. So I had a lot of reviews on that one. But with that 10,000 subs, whatever, 86 is awesome. So I have no problem, no complaints there. I'm a small channel. That's good. I love you guys. You guys are all great. Once again, this is, the same spiel. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do. But also, when you're down there, leave a comment below. Like up, thumb down if you don't like it. Comment below what I can do better, what you'd like to see eventually. And I'll get around to it eventually when I can. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Crisis 169 out.